Hey guys, it's Prince Rich with Rich Technology Group, and in today's video, we're going to do an unboxing and a hands-on demo of the Nextiva X-651R, which is a cordless phone. Now, before we get into this review, first of all, big thanks to Nextiva who sent us this phone for free for review. Let's hop right into this, and I'll show you guys what we got and why I'm excited to actually do this review. Okay, so Nextiva has a few Nextiva brand cordless IP phones, including an interesting one that we did in another demo video that is actually a cordless desktop phone, which was an interesting surprise, but also kind of a throwback design, if you will. But there's something interesting about this phone. This, as you can see, says that it's the X-651R. Now, Nextiva also has an X-651, which we're going to do in a different video, but the R, you're probably wondering, stands for, we believe, resistant. From what I understand, based on the information that I gathered on Nextiva's website, this is a waterproof, well, I don't want to say waterproof, this is a drop resistant and water resistant phone. Now, I'm not implying that you can drop this phone from the Eiffel Tower in Paris or from the Empire State Building and it survive, but for those of you like me who walk around the office or maybe walk outside near a sidewalk or in your driveway a lot with a cordless phone, from what I've seen in the pictures, this thing can actually easily survive a drop from human standing height, maybe even the first story, roof of a building or something like that. As far as the level of water resistance, I'm not going to, as a short disclaimer, I'm not going to state that you can go swimming with this, but it does boast on Nextiva's website that this thing is actually water resistant as well as drop resistant. So let's jump into this unboxing and see what we got. Okay, so this is everything in the box. It's got a base too, but I'm not going to unbox that for you guys. I mean, a cordless IP phone base is a base is a base. That's just kind of a waste of our time. I mean, for those of you who have seen any cordless IP phones, you know how that works. The base has a port on it for Cat 5 or Cat 6, such as so. You plug that into your base. You make sure that it's provisioned to your carrier, in this case, Nextiva, since this is a Nextiva brand cordless IP phone. And then that's it. This thing would communicate with the base. So let's jump into what you really are here to see. Oh, look at that, you guys. I dig it. It looks and feels rugged already. Let's go ahead and pull that off there. Love that sound. It's definitely kind of ruggedized on the sides. The buttons are kind of like if you guys can see that there, the buttons are very kind of hard, like, they're soft, but they're also kind of hard, like rubber. Screen definitely is tougher than your average IP phone screen. Nextiva logo there, so it is definitely a Nextiva brand, Nextiva service compatible approved phone. Got your battery compartment there, as well as your, it looks like maybe your serial number, MAC address, all that fun stuff. I'm not sure oh, that's what that is. So this actually has a lock. So for those of you who have used cordless IP phones, if you've ever dropped one, your traditional ones that are not ruggedized, you know where I'm headed with this. The first thing that usually happens is the back compartment part that serves to hold your battery in flies off, or it either breaks at one of the seams where it needs to kind of go into the chassis to hold on, and then your phone is effectively screwed. I had one that I actually put rubber bands around until I finally got the energy and the money to replace it, just to keep the back on after I dropped it a couple of times and it broke. But this looks like it has a lock which actually prevents that. So this here is not your cordless base. For those of you who know, a cordless base is usually a little bit bigger and it stands up straight. This is essentially, just as I like to call it, a dumb charger. This is your charger here, so that you can basically, as long as your base is plugged in, giving you the Ethernet internet access to your antenna here, you can essentially take this base and your actual phone anywhere you wish and charge it anywhere you like. Within range, of course. We got more stuff in the box. Here's your charger here. Pretty self-explanatory. Don't think I need to go into much detail there. Here is your belt clip, which would go onto the back like so. Easy on. It covers up your speakerphone there, so I'd be curious to know when using it if that's going to impede the sound a little bit or not. Time will tell, but that is an interesting design there. Usually I've seen these belt clips go a little lower, like they'd be further down, like down here, so that they don't impede the sound or block any of the sound from the speaker. So that's an interesting little design choice there. You've got your, it looks like your volume. Let's turn that the right way so you guys can see that in plain English. You've got your volume button there. And then, oh, come on. She doesn't want to focus in. There we go. You've got your volume button there, and then you've got your INT. I'm not really sure what that means. I was thinking intercom or something. I don't know what that is right there, your INT. But you got your volume there on the side, similar to a cell phone. You've got your back lid there, and inside of the back lid was also the battery. What do you guys say we go ahead and put this thing together? That side up. Oh, looks like we got power. I just hit a button and I heard a noise there. So that's always a good sign. So it looks like that is on. This says that it is unlocked, if you can see that there. Let's turn. Which way? Uh-oh. Turn, and now it is locked. And that does not look like it is letting me get that off there. Nope. There also was a quick start guide in here for your SIP decked cordless 4-line rugged handset for the X-651R. So now we know the R probably stands for rugged, because as I mentioned, Nextiva has another phone just called the X-651. We're going to do a separate review on that video, so check back to the channel if the video is not already up. But it looks similar to this phone, but it just doesn't have all the ruggedness and whatnot that you see here in this phone. It doesn't have the, it doesn't look like you could drop it from the first story of a building. This thing is actually really tough. This antenna here, as I mentioned, screen seems pretty tough. The sides are kind of like ruggedized and rubbery. It's got a good belt clip on it. It's got a lock so that this cannot come off virtually at all. I think you'd have to really bash this thing to get this off. Once you unlock it, boom, it's off just like that. Super easy. Once you lock it back, that is literally not coming off there easily. On the screen, if you guys can see that, believe it or not, it's a little dark because this phone is a very dark phone. So lighting is kind of an interesting issue in here, even though we're inside of an LED-filled light box. But still, it says that it's trying to register. That's because, like I said, I didn't connect the base up. But assuming it was provisioned in Nextiva and that base was up, it would register. The cradle seems nice on it. It's most cordless IP phones that I see these days, they kind of fit super snug into the cradle and they don't move around. This one has a little bit of wiggle in it, but it doesn't look like it's going to come out very easily. You got a little charging light here, which I would assume when on, it probably blinks when this thing is charging, and then it probably becomes maybe like green or something when it's fully charged. I actually really like the design. The ruggedness is a plus. The buttons are big. They feel good on your hands. The screen is decent size for a cordless IP phone. As you can see here, you've got a, let's see here, you've got a line 1, line 2, line 3, line 4. You've got your menu select. The layout is more or less the same as like a typical cordless IP phone. However, there's a couple things on here that I actually like that are a little different. So as is with most of your newer cordless IP phones that I've seen, or most of your newer designed cordless IP phones, you can't easily get to your line 1, line 2, line 3, line 4, or to putting people on hold like this on the pad. which I've always found really annoying with other cordless IP phones. You're on a call and you're like, hold on, let me check another line. And the person is sitting there just hearing you fumble around on the phone because you have to hit some function keys, usually under the screen like this on traditional newer cordless IP phones, to get around in the menus, which to me has always been annoying. To be able to have your switch to line 1, 2, 3, or 4 just readily available here, or put somebody on hold and take them off hold without having to float through menus and move all around clumsily, I actually really kind of dig this. I really kind of like this design. I like how you've got speakerphone down here, you've got mute down here, and you've got redial down here. These are not in the menu like what we talked about on most traditional cordless SIP-based IP phones these days. I love how everything is just readily available here. It does have your traditional menu button here, so you do have menus and you do have function keys here, just like with other phones. Let's see if I can get back to that. Nope. I was on it a minute ago, but I did something. But it had the whole, like, you know, press this for yes, press this for no, or whatever. And then these two function keys here, basically, they basically corresponded to what was on the screen. First impressions, you guys, I like it a lot. The Nextiva X-651R, you guys, which I'm pretty sure stands for rugged. If you're watching this and you're probably maybe like a restaurant, a cafe, a retail shop where people are moving around a lot, maybe in areas where they're stocking boxes, checking inventory, helping out customers, this is probably a great phone on the Nextiva platform. Give you a little bit of water resistance for those of you who may be, you know, around water, beverages, things like that. And then give you also a little bit of rugged drop resistance for those of you who may be in a warehouse or somewhere where dropping a phone may be something that is more than just a, you know, an occasional occurrence. The Nextiva X-651R goes for about $205 according to Nextiva's website. Obviously, you can probably get it a little cheaper if you're trying to go into an agreement with Nextiva or you need more than one of these. That's a little over $100 more than its counterpart, its non-rugged little brother, the X651, which I think comes in at about $84.99. But hey, if you need something like this that's a little more rugged and can withstand a little bit of a beating, it's definitely cheaper to pay the extra between the X651R than the regular X651 versus breaking a phone and having to buy a whole nother phone over again. If you are watching this video and you're interested in this phone, feel free to message me. I'm more than happy to send you more information about this phone or connect you up directly with a rep at Nextiva that can help you with things like, you know, special pricing on their service, a quote for their service and solution with this phone or any other phones that Nextiva supports included. If you found this video helpful, please like the video. Also, remember to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell. We upload new videos every single week. Prince Rich with Rich Technology Group, your go-to guy for the best deals on business phone and internet service in the United States. I'll catch you guys again in the next video.